A very good morning to our special guest of today and also my fellow group mates. On this wonderful day, our group would like to interview an entrepreneur for our group project in Tekno-Keusahawanan. So before we proceed to the questions, sir, would you like to introduce about yourself briefly?
Good morning to everyone. Selamat pagi. Alright, so my name is MOHAN CHIDAMBARAM. Alright, I'm 46 years young. I won't say old, I'm still very young. Alright, and then I'm married and I have 2 children. Basically, I'm from Klang, Selangor, Klang boy, and I did my earlier education, pendidikan awal SPM in Klang, and then in 1993 I entered UTM, University Technology Malaysia, to complete my degree in chemical engineering. It was a 5 years program from 1993 to 1998. All right, so that is basically about me before becoming an entrepreneur. All right, so I'm a chemical engineer, a graduate, and I worked as a production manager with a company called 21st Century Vitamins in Subang Jaya. I was working for about 5 years as a production manager before becoming an entrepreneur.
Do you have a role model? Who and why you choose that person?
Actually, I won't say that I have any toko usahawan or like Tan Sri or Dato Sri or business magnate out there. But my true role model was my own father, right? Because he is basically, when young, he came to Malaysia from India, from a small kampung village in India. He came here to what you call that, to continue his journey, right? And he started up his own small business, Kedai Runcit, a grocery shop, in a small estate called Pulau Keri. Pulau Keri is basically situated somewhere in Port Klang and Banting, right, in Selangor. And he worked for himself as a self-employed, and we are 7 children, 7 orang, keluarga yang besar, right? Can form a small football team, right? So 7 adik-beradik, and all of us are degree holders, graduate. So even though father is not educated, but his desire to bring up his children was very strong, and I grew up with them, with my both my father and mother. Father Chidambaram and my mom is Puan Chandram, right? So for me, he is the role model in business. What an entrepreneur should have, quality that entrepreneur should have. All right, I learned from him, but not from books, not from a seminar, but from life experience. How he worked, how he basically sacrificed his whole life. Even though he was not having a good life, but for him it was all about his children, the next generation. He wanted to bring them up. All right, so for me, my role model is, of course, always the one and only my own father, Mr. Chidambaram.
Did you own a business or were you self-employed during your youth?
As I said earlier, when I graduated in 1998, it was Asian economic crisis. I don't know whether you guys remember, because I don't know how young you all were in 1998, all right? So when I graduated, I could not find a job for almost about 8 months because the South Asian economic crisis, and due to that, I couldn't find a job. And finally, I got a job as a production manager with the 21st Century Vitamin Company. So I started my life as an employee, as a production manager. And then while working, that is when I was exposed to a business concept called network marketing, and then I ventured into a business as a part-time. Okay, so permulaan, I mean the journey. First, I started as a production manager. Then along the way, of course, I ventured into a business on a part-time basis, and then slowly, when my income was more than my full-time salary, then I decided that this is the way to go. I want to become a full-time entrepreneur. I want to focus on developing a business. Then in 2003, I quit my job as a production manager and I ventured into business.
So did you have any sales or marketing experience prior to starting your own business? And how important was it, or lack of it, to start your own company?
I am a chemical engineer. I'm an engineer actually by profession, by training. So when I ventured into the business, of course, I really struggled because if you ask me, sales and marketing is a very important skill that an entrepreneur should master. all right? Because in today's world, it is very, very competitive. Cabaran, a lot of competition, a lot of people are coming out with business ideas. So you need to be very creative, you need to have the skill. So when I ventured into network marketing back in year 2000, as a part-timer, while working, I had a part-time business. So I don't have any exposure to sales and marketing. So I really struggled for about 2-3 years, all right? But then along the way, what I did was, network marketing is also known as a teamwork. So we have like upline, we have like a senior manager above us, like agency. So they were giving a lot of training for me, okay, how to open up a sales, how to introduce your business, your body language, your tone, your eye contact, and then how to do closing. What are the questions you must ask the client, how you should promote your product, what you must do and what you should not do. All right, so I went through the training after that, because beginning I thought it is not important, so I just went and did on my own style. So I was keep hitting the wall, okay, could not create the sales or the revenue. Then I realized, hey, this is very important. I cannot be thinking that I know everything, right? So then I went for the training in the business through my uplines, and then once I learned the skills, I could see a lot of improvement in my sales, in my profit, in my revenue. So if you ask me, sales and marketing, it is a very critical element, critical skill that one should master.
When and what under what circumstance and from who did you become interested in entrepreneurship and learn some of critical lesson in entrepreneurship?
See, like if you look into everyone's entrepreneur, mesti ada satu titik permuluhan lah. I mean, something happened in their life, correct? A turning point. Then they become an entrepreneur. So same thing happened to me. In year 2000, so I graduated 1998. So I took up the job beginning of 1999. So while working for about a year, my income was just nice. The salary was just nice. I remember my first salary was 2,250 ringgit. But after all the deduction, EPF, KWSP, all the thing deduction, I'll get about 1,900 ringgit in hand. Then I have to pay for my car loan, I have to pay my study loan, my own expenses, petrol, fuel, toll, makan, minum, all right? The end of the month, I come back to zero. So it was like a cycle, all right? I thought that by getting the salary, my life will be totally different. I'll be independent. I will be able to give money to my parents. But in return, actually, I was expecting money from my parents, even though I was working, all right? So the reality is totally different, all right? And I had my own, what do you call that, the financial constraint, financial challenges, budget. And I don't want to live in that, all right? In English, they say it financial freedom or kebebasan keuangan, all right? So it's like, always there is, I was living in a small circle, all right? So that is when a friend of mine in year 2000 invited me for a seminar. He said, Mohan, there is a business talk. Are you looking for opportunity? I said, bro, if I can make 500 ringgit extra a month, I will be very, very happy. At least I will have some saving. I can breathe. Okay. So then he took me to University Malaya. There was a business talk seminar. So that is when I was first exposed to network marketing industry. So in that meeting, I was looking for opportunity. My mindset was I was looking for opportunity. I want to improve my life. I want to make extra money. So when the speaker was presenting the plan, I was able to connect and I joined the business in year 2000. And then I learned a lot of skills. As I told you, it is a team business. This is not like conventional business. You set up your shop or outlet, you run on your own. This is a team business, all right? So there are people above you as a team members or managers who help you, and they were guiding me a lot. So my turning point was, under what circumstances? Of course, I just wanted 500 ringgit extra a month because my salary was not enough. And I went for the seminar, I saw the opportunity, and I joined. And then the people there, people like Ranjit Singh, Pominderjit Singh, they were my uplines. They were helping me a lot to become successful in that business.
Describe how you decided to create a job by starting your own venture instead of taking a job with someone else.
I got nothing against job. Job is job, right? But when you are at a job, you have a lot of limitations. Limitation in terms of income, limitation in terms of time, in limitation in term a lot of things. There is someone is controlling you, right? But business is totally different. You are the boss. Okay, but there is also a disadvantage in a business. In a job, you have a boss, someone who basically monitor you, someone who basically pushes you. Hey, you must do this, you must complete this. That's a boss. In a business, the disadvantage is you don't have a boss. You are the boss. So if you don't have that kind of discipline, easily people fail in business. All right. So when you become your own boss, you have to push yourself. Okay. So when I decided to become an entrepreneur, all right, why I decided to get entrepreneur? Because the limitation that I had in job. All right, I don't want to be limited in terms of money, in terms of time freedom. That's why I chose to become a business owner. And then today I'm promoting entrepreneurship to a lot of youth, a lot of people in Malaysia. My business is purely focused in Malaysia at the moment. And right now, you know, the COVID-19, the pandemic, it's basically hitting a lot of people's life directly or indirectly. People are losing job, people are getting pay cut, graduates have no job. So while promoting, rather than you take up a job, why not you join our business and you become an entrepreneur and you start earning as much as you want. All right, and we will guide you. All right, so difference between an employee and entrepreneur. As an employee, you have a limitation, and I don't want the limitation, so I became an entrepreneur. And those people out there who have the same mindset like me, I promote my concept to them. Join my business with a very minimal capital. We train you, we coach you over the 6 months to a year. You will be able to make 5-figure income every single month. All right, so it's a two different world. First place, you can't decide how much you are worth. Someone else will put a price tag for you. But here, as an entrepreneur, you set your price, how much you are worth. All right. So I believe that entrepreneurship is the way to go, and I'm proud to be an entrepreneur, and I want to create more entrepreneurs.
How do you spot the opportunity, and how?
I just wanted to make extra 500, right? So I went there. Of course, I didn't know that it is going to be my, they call it my cup of tea or my cup of coffee, something like that, right? Right. But while I'm sitting in that seminar, when someone on the stage promoting a business, network marketing business, I said it's a very minimal investment, very minimal capital. Number two, training is provided. It's a teamwork. If I start up a business on my own, conventional, traditional business, it is me alone. I cannot expect support from anyone else, all right? Emotionally or technically, skills-wise, I can't expect. It's my business, all right? But here, how did I spot? Number one, I was looking for opportunity. My friend brought me for the seminar, and I was able to connect myself with that opportunity because I want to make money. And there is people who are willing to train me, people are willing to help me to achieve my goals. So we call it as a win-win situation, all right? That you win and I also win. So I like the concept, all right? So that's how I spot the opportunity in year 2000. Then number two, how did I develop it? As I said, there were a lot of tremendous of training, a lot of skills, empowerment session, leadership training, team building organized by the company. And I developed the skills, all right? And then as I developed the skill, I was able to develop my business. I always say, this is a people business. Instead of focusing on your profit, how much I make, people cannot go very far in my type of business. It's a people business, all right? It's not a one-man show, it's a teamwork. I should focus on how much I'm going to help my people, my team members to make money. So when my focus is about them becoming financially successful, automatically you as the upline, as a senior manager, you will immediately also will become a successful. All right, so that's how I spot the opportunity during the financial crisis. Number two, how I developed the business, teamwork, a lot of skills was provided, and I was able to recruit a lot of members and also do the same thing to them, train and coach them.
Sir, what are your goals in this business, sir, which you are currently doing?
I am a big thinker. Big thinker means because the people that I associate myself with, in my business, they all are big thinkers. When I joined this business in year 2000, the person was presenting the plan was driving a Mercedes SLK. He was living in a big bungalow with a swimming pool. So my mind was capturing all these images, and I was starting to fall in love with this kind of lifestyle. And today, yes, I have the same mindset. My goal, very simple. Number one, of course, business is business. Business is not charity, right? So number one is about myself. I want to become a self-made millionaire. That is my goal. Goal number one. I want to become a self-made millionaire. Number two, I want to create 10 millionaires in my business, in my team members. 10 people to achieve their 1 million mark. All right. So my ultimate goal, of course, it's me. Number one is me becoming a millionaire. At the same time, in that process, in that journey, I want to help them, or 10 of them, to become financially successful, to make their 1 million ringgit. That is my ultimate goal in my business. Means by helping them, you become successful. As I said, it's a win-win situation. How much I help you, all right, and I will also reap the benefit.
And what is the characteristic needed to be the entrepreneur?
There are a lot of characteristics. There are a lot of qualities. There are too many. Okay. But mainly, how could I relate to me? Number one is the burning desire. Burning desire maksudnya in bahasa we call it kesungguhan. See, everybody want to make money. Everybody want to live a good lifestyle. If you go out there and ask, hey, how many of you want to become a millionaire? How many of you want to make extra 1,000 ringgit, 2,000 ringgit? Everybody will raise their hands. Correct? Everybody. But having that desire alone doesn't guarantee success. It should be a burning desire. Burning desire maksudnya in bahasa we call it semangat yang berkobar lah, right? It must be burning inside you, that you really want it, that you want to achieve it, you must achieve it. All right? If you don't achieve it, you feel disappointed, frustrated about yourself. Okay? So number one is burning desire, that you want to change your lifestyle. Where am I right now today is not where I want to be for the rest of my life. Okay, if right now saya ada masalah kewangan, I don't want to end my life like this. I want to make a change. Okay, I nak ubah kedudukan kewangan saya, something like that. Alright, so the desire must be burning. In English, we call it a burning desire. That is number one. Number two is persistence. Persistent maksudnya consistency. Alright, you do something means you must be consistent. Then only you create a momentum. In my business, I see many people. Dia ada semangat berkobar-kobar, dia masuk business. After 1-2 months, suddenly hilang daripada radar kita. I don't know where are they. They go back to their normal routine. Alright, because they are not persistent. In business, it is not about overnight success. Everybody want overnight success. Today I join, tomorrow they want to become millionaire. Kalau ada opportunity macam tu, you tell me also, I also join lah, alright? But in reality, we don't have something like that. It is a time frame, 1 year or 2 year. I always say it's a 2 to 3 years project. My business is 2 to 3 years a project whereby you can become financially successful. So 2 to 3 years maksudnya you need persistent. You must be consistent in your in your action. Alright, so number one, burning desire. Number two, persistent. Alright. Persistent maksudnya never give up attitude lah. People always give up very easily. They join business, they expect something. Dalam 1 bulan kalau tak jadi, dia quit. They go back to a normal job. But I always ask them, if you are at a job and you know that you are struggling financially, your income is still the same. Alright, your lifestyle is still the same. And why you give up on something? Why you give up within a month? Alright. So the second thing is persistency. Never give up. Alright. Number 3, it's always important you upgrade yourself. Constantly upgrade yourself. This is very important in today's business world, because if kita bandingkan business 10 tahun dulu, cara kita operate business 10 tahun dulu and 20 years ago and today is totally different. Look at what we are doing right now. We are communicating via something called Zoom. Alright, 10 years ago, I don't think there was a Zoom. Alright, kalau ada interview, I have to come to your university or you have to come to my place. Correct? Alright, you have to bring your big camera. Today, I'm sitting in my office. I have a tripod. I have my handphone. And here we go. We are talking. Today, the business world has changed. Bila business world has changed, you need to have new ideas. You need to have new input. Kalau orang kata, I tahu semuanya, I ada all my skills, I earned 10 years ago, 20 years ago, If you apply the skills that you knew about 10 or 20 years ago, you will struggle in business. You can make money, but you can't make very big, because today it is all about constantly you must upgrade yourself. Macam handphone kita can upgrade, correct or not? If you don't upgrade, what happen? They hang, correct? Same thing your car. Every month or 2 months once you must send for service, change your engine oil, filter, and all these things, correct? Same thing goes to ourselves. You pun kena constantly upgrade yourself, and I stress this to my team members. Constantly learn from books. Pick up a book. Now got e-books, free, download, learn skills or motivation. Number 2, general knowledge about the product, about the health industry, about economic crisis, what is COVID-19, how it's going to impact people. All right. Today, young graduates, when they graduate, they are not able to buy a house. They are not able to buy a property. Why? Salary is still the same, but property price has gone. 1998, bila I graduate, houses in Klang was 200,000 ringgit. But today, where can you find a house for 200,000 ringgit? It's a 600,000 ringgit minimum intermediate house. So these are general knowledge that we must know in order to present our opportunity to people. If you don't have general knowledge, if you don't have upgraded skills, people always know, this guy is, in Malay we call it, he's simply goreng lah. He just keep on talking, goreng. Actually, tada isi. And today's world, youngsters like you, we call it the Gen Z, the Gen Z. The youngsters, you are well knowledged. You are connected to Google. You know what is happening outside. People cannot simply come in front of you and say something and convince you. In the younger generation, my generation different. Right now I'm 46, right? But our generation, you can convince us because we are not exposed to the outside world. But younger generation like you are constantly exposed to the outside world. You know what is happening. So it's not easy to convince you because you know the truth. So if I'm going to present a business without a skill, first, communication skill, how to communicate with people. Number 2, sales and marketing skills, all right? All these things very important.
How much capital did it take to start up your business, and how long did it take to reach positive cash flow and break even sales volume?
Okay, number 1, my business, it's not like conventional business, 100,000, 200,000. Mine is network marketing, very simple. Capital is minimum is 189 ringgit. Number 2 is 540 ringgit. Kita ada 2 package, 189 or 540. So very minimal. And I took only about 2 months to come to the positive cash flow.
And if you did not have enough money at the time, what were some way in which you frustrate the venture?
Of course, I can go back to my father, mother lah. The only bank which will give you a loan without interest. Father, mother, all right. I'll ask their help. I ask a friend's help. I'll do whatever it takes to raise the capital because I can see the opportunity. I can see my success. All right.
Last, if you can you tell us about the pressure and the crisis during the earlier survival period in your business?
Kenapa ramai orang tak suka business? Because in a job there is a constant pay. Dalam business ups and downs. Sometimes ada, sometimes tak ada. Sometimes profit, sometimes loss. People cannot take the pressure, and I had the same pressure. I have my commitment, car loan, house loan, credit card, study loan, but the income sometimes very low, and I have the pressure. But as I said, in my business, I was able to handle it because it is a teamwork, not alone. When there is a team which motivates you, there is a team that create a positive environment for you, you are able to grow with them. All right. If it is a conventional business, maybe the challenges would have killed me lah. It's not that easy in a conventional business. All right. In my business, it's a teamwork. Okay. The pressure is always profit with your commitment. When the commitment high, profit low, do you have pressure? When the profit is high, when the commitment is low, you have pleasure. You are very happy. You can smile.
Thank you for your attendance over here, and also it was pleasure to meet you and get some points and also some notes about how to be a good entrepreneur in the future days.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, all of you, and I wish all of you best of luck in your studies. Studies are very important. Academically, you must excel. Number 2, my advice, become an entrepreneur. All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much. All the best.
Okay.